Hello everyone. I unfortunately lost my voice over this past weekend, so please bear with me. My name is Charles, and I was responsible for designing and setting up the virtual environments for our Capture the Flag project. My role was ensuring seamless collaboration and operation of both red and blue team tools across different operating systems. I set up two key virtual machines to facilitate this. The first is Kali Linux, which served as our home base and central hub for launching various cybersecurity operations. Kali Linux is well known for its suite of penetration testing and ethical hacking tools, which made it an ideal choice for our red team activities. The second virtual machine I deployed runs on Windows 11. This machine played a dual role. It was both an attacker and a victim. We simulated real-world attacks on this machine while also using it for offense during the game. To make all this possible, I configured the networks, ensuring proper IP addressing and secure, isolated environments for each VM. This setup allowed us to safely and effectively perform our various red and blue team activities. So, in a nutshell, I built a versatile virtual landscape that was instrumental in our team's ability to perform a wide range of cybersecurity tasks. Continuing on, let's dive into the actual gameplay. A text file on the desktop reads, "Security alert. Unauthorized activities detected. Head to user, local, bin for further investigation." Curious, I navigate to that directory. I use the ls command to view the contents of this directory, and I see that there is a file named youhavebeenhacked.txt. I use the cat command to read this text file. We have found the first official flag, with a hint that leads us to the next flag challenge. But that's not where my turn ends. I noticed two unfamiliar icons on the desktop: the hallmonitor.sh and ahack.py. These are definitely not part of my original setup. After opening each one, I can see that one is a bash script that is actively monitoring the directory we were just in, which activated the ahack Python script. This is what you would call a booby trap. Considering the risk, immediate action is required. I open the terminal and execute the following commands to remove these suspicious files. This purges these files from the system, and with that, my turn comes to a close. I will now turn the time to Deasia.
Hello, my name is Deasia, and I will be walking you through the process of password cracking on the Linux system using John the Ripper. Based off of our first flag, we've learned that there is a user named Snowden on this machine. Let's run a quick nmap scan to see which network, if any, has port 22 also running. We know port 22 is used for SSH, so that is why I'm only going to run a port 22 scan just to see if there's any other options for us to be able to SSH into. Based on our nmap scan, we see one additional network that is available to SSH into. So we will try to SSH into that Windows system with Snowden's credential once we have his password. Based on the hint from the first flag, we know that we need to level up somehow. So to see how we can level up our privileges, let's use the Linux priv checker. Let's run the priv checker to see if there's any opportunities that will help us level up within the system. Let's save the output of the priv checker as a txt file so that we can easily read the output and search through it. Once the output is saved on a location, open the file using a text editor such as Vim or Nano. I will use Vim. We can search for words like password or even Snowden to see if we can get any more information about the user that could be hidden within this password. After searching through the priv checker, you can see that there is one config file that contains a hash for Snowden. Let's copy that hash and save it as a txt file so that we can use it to run John the Ripper. To use John the Ripper, along with the hash that we're trying to decrypt, we'll need a word list for John the Ripper to compare it to. So let's see what word lists are available already on our Linux system. I'll use a simple locate command to see what word lists are available. Let's use the Snowden fast track txt file. Now that we have all the information required to run John the Ripper, let's try it. John the Ripper came back with one match, which is the password. Now we can use this password along with Snowden as the username to try to SSH into that Windows system. Now that we have successfully logged into the Windows system, let's see if there's anything important on this system. I will run the dir command, which is the Windows version of the ls command, just to see what the current directories are on this system. There is one file that says readme. Let's open it using the type command. We found the second flag and hint to keep moving on to the next flag. Now I'll hand it over to Ashley, who will be walking you through the process of using Wireshark.
Now we will be diving into the world of Wireshark. Our mission is to capture packets on the selected network interface. After opening Wireshark, we will use the command crc host to look at the source IP address of our network packet. To start, we're going to click the Start Bluefin button and behold the live stream of packets flowing into the main Wireshark window. Once we spotted our target packet, it's time to bring the operation to a halt and locate the Stop button right here. We will be sporting a bold red square within the toolbar. Now let's focus our attention. You have two options. You can either narrow down your packet capture, search for a JSON file, or you can sift through the data flow to find our precious PCAP packet as it gracefully journeys from one machine to another. Keep a close eye on the receiving IP address right here. It holds the key to our success. We can highlight that segment of the packet and behold the treasure trove within the Dropbox containing the username and password for none other than Gary McKinnon, our next flag bearer. With the critical intel secured, let's pass the torch to Stephen for our next thrilling discovery.
We now have Gary McKinnon's username and password. We're going to use this later when we have access to the target machine. But first, we're going to create a listener, connect to the machine, and send a payload. First, we need to generate a payload. This is a piece of code that the target machine will execute. I use the following commands to generate a payload. With the payload on the target machine, we now set up a listener on the Kali system. We use these commands to activate the listener. After we made the connection, we were able to get into the Windows system. Immediately I ran the command who am I and discovered I was Gary McKinnon and already had admin privileges. We can use this account in the future to do further investigation. I used the dir command to see where I'm at in the directories. Immediately I see a please readme.txt file that looks interesting. We can use the type command in Windows to open the file and see what's inside. And it looks like we found our final flag. Thank you all for checking out our Capture the Flag project. My name's Steven. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good day and safe hacking.